Hi guys, welcome to It's Funny channel, and this class I am going to teach another exercises of key press event. Here number 1 and number 2, enter the number 1 and number 2 and calculate and display the total using key press event. Okay, let's see how to do it. Okay, I already changed the name here. Text box, this text box called as text number 1, this text box called as text number 2. Okay, let's go to the key press event, click this one, and here go to the event and here select as key press event. Okay, I already selected here this one. Okay, so first I'm going to create two integer variables because this is number 1, number 2, calculate and display the total. So I'm going to go to create two integer variables. First start with dim keyword, dim number 1 comma number 2 comma number total as belongs to integer, because these are the numbers, so the it also belongs to integer data type. Okay, now here in key press event, this is a key press event, you have to write above the key press event of creating the variable. Okay, that is easy for you to use. Okay, so here if e dot keychar equal Microsoft dot Visual Basic dot char 13 mean which is belongs to enter key number, some error. Okay, now here you have to write the conditions. If text number 1, text number 1 means this text box, I'm going to check whether number is entered or not. Okay, text equal within double quotation, put two double quotation here, press enter key. If you are not enter anything else, display the message box blank not be allowed, blank not be allowed. Then I'm going to write another condition, else if here is numeric. Is numeric mean we can enter only numbers, we can't enter other characters like words or something like that. You can't enter any string values, you must enter only the integer values. So that I wrote this function. This is the purpose of this function, only enter integer values only allowed using this function is numeric. Here you have to specify the text box name dot text equal false. For this false mean you can't enter another string values, you can't enter string values, only you can enter integer values only. Here you have to pass the message numbers, sorry, invalid numbers, that is good, invalid numbers. Okay, else here you have to text box 2 dot focus, all are correct. Let's go to the cursor will be go to the next text box, which is the text box 2. Okay, let's run and see. Some error, what is the error? Okay, here. Okay, let's run and see. here also at the first form loading, here I made as enabled false, so I set as enable. For click on this one, and here at the first time I made as enable false here. After that, if the number 1 text box all I enter correct, here you have to make it as text box txt number 2 dot enable true. That's it. Then click start button here. If we leave it as a blank, error will be thrown, blank not be allowed. If you enter any words like this, when you press enter, invalid numbers, it shows the error invalid numbers. If you enter any integer values, press enter key on your keyboard, it will be correct. It is focused on the your second text box number 2. Okay, this is the purpose of this function is numerics. It's checking the number, whether you are entering number or other values. Okay, keep in your mind. Okay, then I'm going to write the coding of this text box. So click on this one. Here go to the event, and here find the one key press event. Here this is the key press event. Double click on this one and write the code here. Now here also you have to check if text box 2 dot text equal double quotation mark. If it is a blank, it's considered as the message will be displayed blank not be allowed, something like that. Blank not be allowed. Else again check the if again check the condition whether you are entering number or not, because the number should allow is, so we have to write the function is numeric. Text box number 2 dot text equal false. Press enter. Then you have to again pass the message invalid numbers. Then go to the else condition. You have to write here number 2 txt number. Sorry, here you have to create, you have to use this variable, tot variable, tot here tot equal text box number 1 mean this text box dot text plus text box 2, it's called as this text box dot text, and here calculate the total, display the message box. It's number 1 and number 2 both are added, and store the variable tot and display the message here tot. Let's run the application. C7 enter. Here you have to write another 167, press enter key. Here sorry, some problem here. Here I made some error. First I didn't specify the key, so e dot key chart equal Microsoft dot Visual Basic dot chart. if you not specify the number over here, you can't press any key on your keyboard. Okay, it's make it as error. Okay, you must specify the key. So when you specify the key, you must write this line. Okay, now another important, so okay, when you write if, you must close it as a end if at the end. Okay, now it's correct. Okay, now I'm going to create the variable and equal to them the relevant text boxes, then only we can add the number. Okay, I have two integer variables. I already created above as an integer variable, so I am going to set both variable into relevant text boxes. This is belongs to txt number 1. This one belongs to this text box dot text, and number 2 variable is I am going to equal into text box 2 dot text. This variable belongs to this text box. Now I am going to calculate them. I already create the variable dot table here, so get that variable and number 1 plus number 2 here, both are calculated and pass into the variable tot. So I am here calling the tot variable in this message box. Okay, let's execute the program and see. Here press enter key, blank not be allowed. If you press other characters, invalid numbers, here again if you enter the correct integer variable numbers, press enter key, it's go to the next text box and enter the another number and press sorry, if you leave it as blank, it will be error will be thrown like this. If you enter some values like this, invalid numbers, if you enter the number and press enter key, the total will be displayed like this. Okay, the small program I wrote myself here. If it is first is check all the errors, after that only at the last at the last of the program I created the variable equal into the variable and calculate and display the total at the last time. Okay, let me see how to do the same exercises at C#. I already designed the form. I changed the name here of the text boxes. This belongs to text box 1, this belongs to text box 2. Okay, now click on these text boxes, number 1 text boxes, and go to the event and select key press. Here double click on this. Here this is the window, this is the coding window. Now first I am going to create two integer variables because I'm going to calculate two values and display the total. So I'm going to insert two integer values. So first it is belongs to integer data type. Number 1 variable, number 2 is another one is a total, and then you have to put the colon mark. Now what I'm going to do is, if e dot keychar double equal 13 mean, which is belongs to enter key 13, open curly bracket and close curly bracket. Within the bracket you have to write if text box name, if text number 1 dot text double equal double quotation mark. If text number 1 text box blank, display the message dot show blank not be allowed. if these text boxes should be blank, display the message. If it is blank, display the message blank not be allowed. Else if otherwise, if it is not blank, go and check another condition if it is number or string values. Okay, so I already wrote the coding this one. Just copy here and paste it within this bracket here. System dot text regular expression, test a regular expression is match text box 1 dot, because this is the text box 1 here 0 to 9. Okay, it is if you enter 0 between 9. Okay, this is the coding. Here message will be displayed. Only accept numbers. Only accept numbers. You can type the numbers between 1 to 9. Between 1 to 9. Okay. If you not type numbers between 1 to 9, it is show the message only accept numbers. If you are type any string values like words, the message will be displayed only accept numbers. This is the number validation we are writing on C#. Okay, here there is no function is numeric in C#. In VB.NET there should be the predefined function available in VB.NET. We can easily write. Here we have to write some expression and write. Okay, else both are correct, go to the else part. Here I am going to enable this one. When the form is loaded, here is disabled. So both are correct, go to the else part and enable the text box 2, text number 2, this text boxes. Enable true. And it goes, the cursor goes to the text boxes 2 dot focus. The focus means the cursor is focus on the text box 2. The currently focus on text box 1. So both, if all above are correct, this will be available. The text box 2 is true and focus on text box text number 2 text box. Okay, let's run and see. If you enter some values, accept numbers only, you can't type this one. Here if you type, leave it as a blank not be allowed, correct. Here if you type the number, it will be success and focus on the text box number 2. Okay, let's go to the next text box and go for cursor will be focus here. Okay, now again go click on this text box. I am going to validate. Go to the event and event, you have to select the key press event here, double click on this. Here you have to write the same thing here. Okay, so we no need to write again, we just copy this one up to this, right click and copy and paste within this bracket here. Here you have to change the name only. Okay, here the same thing I am going to write here. What we wrote in text box text number 1, the same thing I am going to write in text box 2 also, so that I copy and paste it. Okay, if you write again, we have to waste some time. Okay, so that we have just copy and paste, and here you have to change the text box name only. This is belongs to text box 2. Here also you have to check text box 2. That's it. Here both are same. Here else here also we have to calculate the value. Okay, I already created three variables here, number 1, number 2, number 3. I am get this variable here. All the correct above, all conditions are correct, above conditions are correct here. First I equal into the relevant text boxes. Number 1 equal this variable I am going to equal into relevant text boxes. Here first int dot pass I am going to convert this one, text box number 1 dot text, number 2 equal int dot pass text box 2 dot text. Okay, now again I am going to this variable, I am getting here and equal number 1 plus number 2. Here number 1, what's the value you are entering on the text, this number 1 text box. It is going and it is passed into the variable number 1. What's the value you are entered in text box 2, it's passed into the variable number 2. Here both are I am getting here and both are calculated and passing to the variable dot. Here I am going to display the message box. Final output I am going to display on the message box here dot. Here we can't write like this. Here plus, this means concatenated operator, plus mean here blank double bracket. Okay, here if you click execute the program, here if you press enter key on your keyboard, blank not be allowed. If you enter some words, press enter key, only accept numbers. Again if you enter some integer values, it will be success. Again go and this text box, you go and enter some here some words, only accept numbers. Here also if you enter the integer values, it will be correct. If you press enter key on your keyboard, here answer is display here. Okay, here I leave it as blank. You can write whatever you want. Your total will be. Okay, now you can see. Okay, this is a text box 1. It's passed into the variable number 1. It is belongs to text box 2. It's passed into the variable number 2. It's both are here both are calculated and passed into the variable dot, and I am display the total here 172. Press enter key on keyboard. Here your total will be here. Here again I am going to do some modification like this. I leave some space here. So here, okay. I hope you guys are enjoying my tutorials. If you like my channel, please subscribe me. Thank you for watching.